to my studio. Today I want to show you how to put together this rose bouquet made from baby socks. It's a cute decoration for a baby shower, but it's also useful once the party's over. All of these little roses can be unrolled and put to good use once the little one arrives. So whether you're looking for baby shower decorations or a cute gift to give to your mother-to-be, follow along and I'll show you how to make this. To make the rose bouquet, you're going to need a 6-pack of baby socks, and mine are sized for 6 to 12 months and they have a long cuff on them. In addition to the socks, you'll also need some tiny rubber bands. So these are clear hair ties, but any kind of small rubber band will work for this project. You'll also need an 8-inch long bamboo skewer, and that will be the stem of all of our roses. For now, we're going to set the rubber bands and bamboo skewers aside and work on rolling up the sock so it looks like a rose. So I'm going to unfold the cuff, and picking socks that have a long cuff on them will mean we'll have a bigger rose in the end. Now my sock has this rubber text along the foot of the sock, so I want that to be the bottom of my rose. Starting at the toe, roll up the sock the entire length of the sock until you get to the very end of the cuff. Once you've got it all rolled up, you're going to take the edge of that cuff and flip it over the bottom of your sock roll, which will be the bottom of the rose. Then keep pulling the cuff until it's level with the top edge of our rose, and then fold down the very edge of that cuff. You're only going to fold it down about 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch, and that's going to make it look like the outer petals of our rose. Once you've got that turned over, we want to make a little bit more volume in this rose, so take your finger and gently loosen up the spiral that we put into the sock. This will give it more volume and texture and make it look more like a flower instead of just a rolled up sock. Once you've got all of that complete, it's time to add the stem to our rose. Using the flat end of that bamboo skewer, place it right into the seam where the sock folds over, and you'll have to do a little bit of working it in, but you should be able to get that bamboo skewer up into that fold and into the petals of that rose. So here you can see me poking it around. That means we've got it all the way inserted, and now we just need to secure the sock to the skewer, and this is where that little rubber band comes in. Put it right over the end of the bamboo skewer and on the very edge of the sock. That way it'll hold everything in place without being too visible. Repeat these steps until all of your socks are turned into roses. Now we need to prepare a vase for this bouquet. I'm using a 4-inch bucket that I picked up at IKEA, but any small vase will work, whether it's metal, glass, or even a basket. To that vase, we need to add a piece of floral foam, so I'm just going to cut off a chunk using a butter knife and make a piece just big enough to go on the inside of your vase. Now this is dry floral foam. I'm not intending to wet it and keep it wet for any of the flowers, so that will shorten the lifespan of my flower bouquet, but that's okay. I only need a day or two out of it for this party. To the inside of the bucket, I'm also going to add a couple pieces of tissue paper, and I just want to layer 2 of those inside of each other so that the tissue paper sticks out about a couple inches from the bucket. Then put the floral foam right inside that tissue paper and fluff it up so you can't see any foam from the side. Now we can arrange your bouquet. So starting with your sock roses, take one of them and place it right in the very center of the floral foam, making sure it's standing upright. As you add your flowers, you want to make sure that the rose is about 4 to 5 inches from the floral foam, and this is going to give us a lot of volume, which we'll fill in later with our baby's breath. So go ahead and add all of your roses in a circular fashion so they create a nice dome shape. So that first one is going to be standing upright, but everything after that is going to be facing slightly outwards. This will give it a nice round shape, and make sure you rotate your bouquet as you add flowers to make sure everything stays nice and symmetrical. Once you're happy with the placement of your roses, then grab some baby's breath. Now this is one bouquet that I purchased at the grocery store, and I'm going to cut these down to size so that the top of the baby's breath flowers are sitting just below the top of the roses. We want the roses to be the focal point of this arrangement, so we're going to make the baby's breath just a little shorter. I'll continue to fill in the arrangement with the baby's breath in a similar fashion we did to the roses, with the center parts of the arrangement standing up straight and then the edges of the arrangement angling outwards. And just make sure you fill in any gaps between your roses so that you can't really see the stems when you look at this arrangement. Always remember to rotate your bouquet as you add flowers so you don't miss any parts and it looks nice and symmetrical when you're done. I hope you're inspired by today's project and give this a try. I love when decorations for a party can also be useful once that party's over, and this is such a fun example of that. If you enjoyed today's project, hit that like button and subscribe below. And if you'd like to up your party game, consider joining our Patreon group where I do even more projects, behind the scenes, and practical tips for events and parties. So until the next time, you can check out some of my other videos over here. And remember, stay creative, everybody. Bye!